Hey everyone, this is the Caden MacDermot Everything podcast. Hey, thanks so much for coming back to the podcast. This episode is something that I think I wanted to talk about for the last maybe a couple weeks, but after 35 years on Broadway, the Phantom of the Opera is going to close its doors at the Majestic Theater on April 16th. Now, in about 2 or 3 weeks, I'm going to be going to New York City to see the show because I haven't seen it yet, and it was really unexpected that it was going to close. But it um it gave a lot of people a job and it paid really good. But now that it's closing, those actors are going to have to find another job. But the show, it was not selling enough tickets to defray its rising running costs because the show, it's like a big show and it has so much special effects and the chandelier and everything costs so much money, and it costs a lot to keep it running. So I think everyone discussed it. It was time for it to close. The show, it during the pandemic, all the Broadway shows were closed. So, we had nothing in New York City, like show wise, but it slowly came back but after the pandemic. And, it was crazy because, the show was losing money every week because of inflation. And most of, I think, last year, coming up to 2023, in 2021, it was really bad. They were losing so much money, and that's one of the reasons why it's closing, because all the money they lost, all the money they had is what was keeping the show running. So since they lost all the money, they had nothing, and they still have money, but it's not enough to keep the show running, which is why it's closing. Now, this is only going to be on Broadway. Now that I'm thinking about it, the show is going, I think it will stick around longer in London. As I'm reading, I think it's kind of confusing. As right now, I think the show is I think it's going to still be on the tour and in London. I don't know where I heard it from, but I think I'm positive that it's going to be going to Australia. So the Phantom of the Opera is not definitely done, but as of for now, Broadway, yes, is going to be closing the show. And I think I heard somewhere that Lion King is going to be the next shows. And let me tell you, all the shows have struggled. During the pandemic, a lot of the shows lost money. Now, some of the bigger shows right now were Wicked, Lion King, The Music Man starring Hugh Jackman and Sutton Foster, The Phantom of the Opera, which is now set to close April 16th. If I'm reading right, that is going, let me think. Yeah, so the show will be closing April 16th, which is 2 days before my birthday. So that's going to be a nice birthday present. But I'm very glad I'm going to go see the show. I saw the tour maybe about a couple years ago. It was great, but I cannot wait for when I see it on Broadway. I hope everyone can tune in next time where we might talk about another show or another movie, or maybe just kind of go to the poll down below and tell me what you want to see, because I don't know what to talk about unless maybe I get some interactions. But we might have a couple guests on the next few episodes. It'll be a plan. So thanks so much for tuning in. Again, I hope you can join next time. See you later.